What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another show at Coast to Coast Lawn Hustle Live, two states, one grind. This your boy Denny from All That Grass Lawn Care.
And your boy GDR, man, out of Houston, Texas.
What's going on, G? How's everything going? Welcome back for another live show. Today it's another live one, and we are super excited to bring to you this week we'll be talking about January preparation equals spring
Domination.
domination.
Yeah.
January preparation equals spring domination. As we open up, man, I just want to say thank you to everyone who tunes in week after week. I definitely appreciate the love, the support that you've been showing, not only myself, but my boy G
Yeah, we support.
out of Houston, Texas, man. Shout out to Houston. Shout out to everyone who supports Coast to Coast Lawn Hustle Live. We definitely appreciate you guys each and every week. Tune in because every Thursday we will have a new show talking about different strategies,
Mhm.
motivation, and also tips and tricks on how you could become a better
Absolutely.
business operator out on the field. As we share our experiences with you, that is why we do what we do each and every day, because we love what we do and we just want to share our experiences that maybe we might have messed up on in the past. If it can help you not make those same mistakes, that's what it's all about. It's about helping out all of our brothers and sisters out there. So we definitely appreciate all the love and support. Definitely chime in. Make sure you drop your city down below. This show wouldn't be where it's at today without you guys. And we want you to know that this show is not only ours, right, G,
That's
but it's
right.
also
Theirs.
their
Yes,
show.
yes, sir.
It's your show. All right. We want you to know that this is your home. We want you to come here on this platform, be able to open up and tell us what's going around in the industry, in the lawn care industry. So again, we're going to talk today about being ready. Being ready week after week. We've been talking about how grateful we've been, how the year has went, how what systems we should have in
Hmm.
place. We'll talk a little bit about systems today. Won't get too much into it, but it's mainly about January preparation equals spring
Spring domination.
domination. So
Yeah.
let's get straight into it. What's good? What's going on, Lawn Care Hustle family? It's you. If you're listening to this January, if you're listening, excuse me, if you're listening to this in January, I need you to lock in because what you do right now is going to decide how your spring season goes.
Yeah, that's
Am I
big
right or
facts.
wrong,
Your
Gerald?
facts, man. Like I said, we are focusing on letting you all know that right now, January prep time is going to equal to your spring domination in wherever industry or location you're at in the lawn care industry. Okay. And so, with that being said, I'm going to say this. If that sounds good to you, and I
Mm-hmm.
hope it does, all right, this show is for you. Now, tonight we're going to break down exactly what you should do in January to dominate spring and not survive it. Now, listen to this. This is real talk, no fluff. This is real experiences that Danny and I both experienced. So, if this is for you in the chat, please don't forget to let us know where you're looking for, whether you're from the East Coast, down south where I'm at, the Midwest, the West Coast. Let us know where you're at and type ready in the chat if you're locked in for this season.
Amen.
Yeah.
Amen. I like that. Facts. This is Coast to Coast Lawn Hustle Live, two states, one grind, and I'm Danny, and that's my boy G out of Houston, Texas. And I'm holding it down on the East Coast. And tonight we'll be talking about something that separates the pros from the panic
There you
crews,
go.
right?
Yeah.
And that thing is called what, G?
Yeah. Preparation,
Preparation.
baby.
That's what it's
Preparation.
called. That's what we're gonna be talking about. Being ready.
Yeah,
Being
being
ready
ready.
is
Like I
better to
say,
be ready than to
VA.
get caught
Yeah.
off guard.
Exactly. Like we always say earlier, if you haven't heard us before, you gotta stay ready so you won't be ready. And so we're gonna give y'all some tips that we implement in our respected businesses in our areas, and that you, if you might be doing this already, you might not. So jot it down, and like I said, remember to type in the chat if you do this or not to keep you engaged. Okay.
Absolutely. And let me ask you this. How many of you guys write wait until April to
Mm.
get ready for April,
Mm.
then wonder why the stress, breaking equipment, missing calls, and working 14-hour days happen, right? Why do
Right.
you think these things happen? These
Hmm.
things
Hmm.
happen. If this sounds like you, stay right here because tonight we'll be breaking down exactly what you should be doing in January to dominate spring,
Yeah.
not survive
Survive it.
it. All
Yes,
right. You
sir.
don't want to be in survival mode
Right.
during the most happiest time of the year where your business is raking in the money. You want to be
Yeah.
ready.
Ready.
You want to prep now so that way when that time gets busy, you're ready for that busyness. It's not even busy to you, it's just steady work. All
Right.
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 So that's what we're gonna be talking about today. So yeah, man. And this is real talk, real experiences, no fluff, no fake. So if you're in the chat, tell us where you're watching from, East Coast, Texas, Midwest, wherever you're at, and let's get straight into it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Let's
Let's
get
get
straight
into it.
into it.
Let's get into it.
Let's get into it.
So the talking points. Talking points. We're gonna start out with why January determines your entire year. Okay.
Ooh,
Also, the slow season, quote unquote, is a myth for owners and working on the business versus in the business. So,
right.
to get it started, y'all, January is not a time to relax by no means. Just because it's so called dormant with grass, it's always work going on that needs to be done within the business. Okay. And so, when you design your season starting out in January, it makes your flow of the rest of the year go smoothly. So it's always good to plan out accordingly, which the slowest month, of course, January, February, it's time to kind of get, your shopping order, making sure that you got enough of the equipment or as far as your oil blends, your gas, everything, you start looking into that and start, storing all those different additives and things that you need, so you don't have to worry about, oh, let me get all this later when you get to late February, March. You already got it stored up inside your
Mhm.
inside your shops. You know what I'm saying? And so if you're bored in January, you didn't implement enough systems by no means. There go that word systems again. And so, like you said, their January is going to determine your entire year. It's gonna do that. And so then just ask just a question to you. What have you? I know what you do off the recording, but can you share with the audience what are you implementing like right now, um, getting ready for the spring rush?
Yes, absolutely. One of the main things I just did right now, I've already finished my spring flyer.
Hmm.
Um, and I'm about to submit that and start printing soon
Yeah,
because
yeah,
this year, like I was talking to you yesterday, we were talking about, changing up a few strategies. And I know we talked about that last week, but what I want to do this year is just really focus and dial in into one specific area even more. I want to dial it in even
yeah,
more. So when I'm actually going to a house in the morning, that one drive,
yeah,
that
yeah.
one stop, actually I'm doing 3 to 4 houses in one stop. So I want to condense my route
Hmm.
very tight. That's what I want to focus on this year. Where last
Like
year
that.
we did do that,
Uh-huh.
we did do that, but I was still spread a little bit around here,
Hmm.
here. Not like how I was previous years, but I want to focus on dialing in marketing in a
Yeah,
certain area
yeah,
and
yeah.
just getting it in early and
Right,
going harder than what
right.
I did last year during the right times. You got to understand the seasons of when to
Hmm.
go hard, when to
Hmm.
go medium, and when to
Hmm.
go soft,
That's
but
right.
still continue to stay relevant while
Yeah,
the slow season is
right.
happening. And don't wait for preparation and don't wait to prep in April. Do it
Yeah,
now.
yeah,
Do it
yeah,
now. It's so
yeah.
important for you to do it right now. The slow
Exactly.
season is a myth for
Hmm.
owners. I'm telling you
Yeah.
right now, the
It
slow
is.
season
It
is
is.
a myth
It
for
is.
owners.
Yeah. Get
It's
that
a
out.
myth.
Yeah. Get it out your head. Because I know for me, like we was talking to, I'm also going to target a specific. Just, I mean, I have, but like you saying, you start to think like, okay, should I move the truck twice, or when I could do it just really once, and I can just stay within that long line of scope where I know there's no one been taking care of these two other properties where I come in, because once I know you might do this when I go on a specific street, I look around me and I say, okay, I'm here today. Where are the other quote unquote lawn brother or not say competition, no competition, with my other lawn brother or sister, and normally it'll be there'll be maybe 6 or 7, 8 houses down the street. So that lets me
Hmm.
know that there is a gap where there's no one servicing these other particular properties, right? And so
Yeah.
normally someone who comes out as a homeowner, they'll see me cut and they'll say, "Hey, how much you charge?" And I'm like, "Man, I'm so focused on I got to go to the other clients." No, stop. Talk to those potential clients because they are your potential business because they
Yeah.
keep you all in the same line. They already see that you're doing good work. You've been servicing this one particular person or two particular clients for the whole season. Okay, let's add them on the rotation if if they find fit. You know what I'm saying? And so, like you said, we're trying to hone in and target the specific neighborhood or area that it'll keep us optimized, where we're not missing out on business because there is business where um we skip. It's like
Yes.
that. You know what I'm saying? And so,
I
like you
agree.
said, I'm trying to do the same thing, and I am, and hitting the areas where also they are willing to go along with the packages. Like you said, the fertilization, the all service package. That's the thing
Yeah.
too. We want to make sure we offer it or upselling to our existing clientele, but the new ones, of course, you say, look, this is what's going on because prices do increase. That's another thing too. Like we mentioned earlier, y'all missed the other live. You're supposed to increase your prices for sure.
Mhm.
And so starting out, of course, my price already went up. That's how I go. The new clients, they're not gonna know that because they new. You know what I'm saying? But the prices is going up because as we know that life, everyday living, everything's going up.
Everything is going up. We all know that.
Right.
Clients know that. At
Right.
the end of the day,
Exactly.
you got to know what you got. There's certain little key things that you can do as a business owner, to know when a client is either bluffing or wasting
Mm-hmm.
your time. Like you got
Right.
to know key little factors of when you're talking to a client and what directly to ask and how do you answer their question,
Yes.
making sure that don't just answer their question with where you're automatically gonna think you have the job.
Mm-hmm.
Answer them and tell them like, how
Yeah.
can I help
Right.
you?
Right.
Because I don't know if I can help you yet. I don't know
Right.
what you're looking for. I don't know
Right.
what specific services
Right. Right.
that, if you're looking for a specific service, I want to make sure that we offer that specific service. So
Mm-hmm.
again, it's about working on the business versus
In the business.
in the
In the
business.
business.
Okay,
Yeah. Right.
working on the business versus in the business. So
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
we know we all got to work in the business,
Mm-hmm.
but you want to control what you can control,
Correct.
right? There's only
Correct.
certain things that you can control in the business, and the business is gonna do what it does, right?
Yeah.
Each and
Yeah.
every year. It's at the same time. We already know what we're doing. We just need to build our confidence. That's why we talked about always staying around like-minded people and not
Mm-hmm.
negativity, because there's a lot of negativity out there. So it's so
Right.
important to make sure that we stay on task, that we do the right things when they're needed to do. Well, what do you mean by that? What I mean by that
Mm-hmm.
is there is a time to go hard, a time to go medium. Like we all know spring rush. Everybody's waiting for spring. Why
Yeah.
wait when you can start now? Start
Right.
implementing these things
Right.
right
Right. Right
now.
now. Right now.
So you're not caught off guard. The goal is
Right.
not to get caught off guard
Mm-hmm.
instead of waiting until the spring before you start getting everything ready,
Right.
making sure
Right.
that you do all these things,
Exactly.
so January isn't when you relax, it's when you design your season.
Yeah.
January, I'm gonna say it again, January isn't when you relax, it's when you design your
The
season.
season. That's right.
You control the tempo of how your season is going to go.
Yes, you do.
You control it from day one. If
Mm-hmm.
you start off hot, you'll end hot. I
Yeah,
can
buddy.
assure you that I
Yeah.
ended the
Yeah.
same way I started.
Yeah.
And the way how I started, if you look back at all my videos, G, you'll see
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
was on a roll, spring cleanups and everything. Now I said if I would have did things a little bit more different,
Right.
meaning if I would have went, I felt like I lacked a little bit on marketing last year. And there was a reason for that. If you
Mm-hmm.
watch some of the videos or if you watch some of the shows previously, I talked about how I could have went a little harder.
Right.
We
Likewise,
always can
man. Yeah.
evaluate,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
see
Yeah.
how can
Yeah.
we do better.
And that
We
goes
always
with
can evaluate.
Yeah, that goes like you said, a real having a real thorough evaluation, because you know what you lacked on, you know what your strong suits was, and so now
Hmm.
we have a new season heading up. Like you saying, you took that those I would say minor L's or errors, put it away, errors, and now you're gonna change that and tweak it this year coming up. You know, like we talked about. And so, y'all, it's very important to look over the view of your scope of your whole season last year, and then see, okay, what worked, what didn't work, and also, like I said, we're doing some experimentation. Like I said, I've always dialed it down, but now I really like I'm gonna really target this specific area, and I'm gonna hit it hard. And like you also said, those are problems that these other potential clients have. They don't know it yet because we are problem solvers, right? Like you said it earlier. You said, I want to make sure that my business services are right for you. Now we can put the pitch out to them, and if they bite and go along with your pricing and all that, oh, you on board. You on board. If not, you might not, fit with me. You know what I'm saying? But we are gonna make sure that we let them know, and this is what we offer, and they might come back down the line or somewhere in the season with the point when they back against the wall. Hey, look, I'll do it. I'll do it. I have people say that, man. Look, the price is your price. I got it. I'm gonna do it. Correct, because you
Hmm.
see that I'm stern about what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing, and it's the proof in the pudding. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm gonna get off of that because I know we can stay on that one section. But the next section we're talking about with preparation in January, y'all, is your equipment prep
Mm.
before it costs you money. Now, we know, like you said, it's time to get the mower servicing. It's time to get the blades, the belts, oil, tires checked. Make sure your trailers is up to inspection. Your trucks, blowers, everything is ready to rock and roll. Because, like you said, when it's time to get it, it's time to get it.
Yep.
Equipment don't break down when you're free, or when things is just slow. It breaks down when I'm talking about hitting balls to walls, y'all. Excuse my language.
Right.
Yeah, when you hitting
Yeah.
it,
Yeah, absolutely,
yeah,
Gerald.
yeah,
I mean, you said everything. You said everything. Yeah, you said everything right, man. Now's the time. Like we're talking about being ready, right?
yeah,
So
yeah,
Gerald just made a key points. Making sure that your equipment is in tip top shape before the
yeah,
season starts. Don't wait
yeah,
until the season start
yeah,
and then you decide, oh, I need an oil change. I got to change my spark plug, my filters, and all this stuff. No,
yeah.
do it now. Do it. Now's the time to do it. Is right
Mm-hmm.
now. Making
Now,
sure all your oils, making sure your weed whackers, your trimmers. Like a lot of people don't know, you got to grease all your trimmers
uh-huh,
heads and all that
uh-huh,
stuff. Like do that stuff now. Like make sure you
yeah,
run clean gas through
right.
it, and if not, storage it right. Don't leave the regular gas in there. We always make sure at the end of the
Mm-hmm.
season that we wash everything and we storage it with the right gas
Yeah,
for the manufacturer that they recommend, that's a
mm-hmm.
store life of 3 to 5 years.
Right,
um
right.
but before I wanted to ask the audience,
Yeah.
are you planning your season right now or just waiting for grass to grow? Are you planning
Mm,
your season right now or you're just waiting for grass to grow to go out there and
mm,
cut? Like that's the main question. So I had to take it back a little bit. I
yeah,
know you
yeah,
talked a lot about being ready. So I also, you also mentioned about equipment doesn't break down when you're free. It breaks down when you're booked. And it's so
yeah,
true.
right,
It breaks
right.
down when you're booked. Another thing too, I learned the hard way, fix it now or pay for it in April.
Yeah, buddy. I've done it before too. That was a few seasons before, man. And like you hit it on the head too, you don't want to have them, just down times, because that's
Mm-hmm.
money. You know what I'm saying? You want to be out
Mm-hmm.
there being profitable, making money, and not having to have your mower in the shop. When, like you said earlier, you could have had it already in the shop right now, getting everything bells whistles ready to go. And instead, you say, "Oh, I'm good. Let's put it out there. Let's get it going." And you're doing 70, 80 yards. No,
Mm-hmm.
that's not the way to go. You want to prep right now and make sure everything is in tune. Make sure you got if it does happen, you got extras on the truck ready to go, because you want to have minimum downtime as much as possible.
Right,
You know?
right. Because downtime, you're losing money. We all know
Yeah,
that
you
if you're
losing money.
down, your mowers aren't running, you ain't cutting that grass and making that cash. We all know you are
No,
actually losing money. I want to give a
correct.
big shout out real quick, a little bit
Yes,
off
sir.
segment to my man, one man, one more landscaping man. Shout out to him, man. I got an opportunity to meet him at Equip Expo,
Awesome.
man, and
Salute.
man, I love
Salute.
what that cat is doing, man. I really
Love it.
appreciate him and
Love it, man.
his
Love it.
content. You know what I'm saying? But absolutely being ready, making sure your belts, your oil filters, your spark plugs. You want to make sure all these things are done now. Like get ready now. Like make sure your trailer. Make sure your trailer. A lot of people don't service their trailer. Let me
No, they
know.
don't.
Drop your
No, they
comments
don't.
down below if you service your trailer. I serviced my trailer at the end of the year, towards the end of the season in January. I brought it in. They did an inspection. They greased all the lube. They lubed everything right before the winter because I knew the snow. I used the trailer in the
Right.
snow.
Right. Right.
So
Right. That's
get
right.
all these things done right now. Like G was saying, equipment doesn't break when you're free. It breaks down when you're booked.
Yeah.
When
Yeah.
you're at the most busiest, right?
Yes,
I
sir.
learned the hard way. Fix it now or pay for it in April. All right.
Yeah.
Fix it now or pay for it in April. Share one mistake in the comments. Um Share one mistake in the comments down below, man. I would love to hear. But I want to go back to last week because I know you talked a little bit about raising prices. And last
Yeah.
week we talked a little
Yeah.
bit about raising prices, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I just want to make it clear. I read one comment, and shout out to everyone who made a comment, man. I
Yeah.
tried
I
to
seen
answer
that too. I
everyone
seen it too. Yeah.
out there. There was just one comment, that was made. Not, everything was great. I answered them, but I just want to be clear. I wasn't saying to like when to raise prices for your business. What I was trying to say was, when should you raise prices? Because a lot of people don't know. And that's
Yeah.
what this show is about. It's not like, look, some of the stuff that we might be regurgitating out again, maybe you don't want to hear it again. Maybe you don't, but again, it may not be for you. This is not
Right.
what we're trying to attract. We're trying to attract those that are just starting out or those that don't know that want to know. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Information
Mm-hmm.
isn't just laid out there. So, I made a lot of mistakes in my journey, and I just want to
Same
make
here.
clear that I'm no guru or expert. I'm a professional at what I do in lawn care maintenance. I'm a
Yeah.
professional at what I do in lawn care maintenance, but I just want to make it clear, man, we're here for people who want to learn and say, okay, I'm gonna take these values and apply them
Right.
so I
Right.
can be a better version of me. All right. So I
That's
just want
right.
to make that clear. So yes, you can do it the way, however way. I'm not trying to tell you how to raise prices.
Mm-hmm.
Do
But you
it,
should.
do what works for you. But
Right.
I'm just showing you little methods of how you can approach the situation on when to
Right.
raise prices. Like a lot of people don't know, like, are you in growth mode? Are you getting
Mm-hmm.
into business and are you in growth mode or are
Right.
you in profit mode?
Right. The two
Right?
are different.
So,
The two are different.
people who are in
Right.
profit mode is totally different from people who are in growth mode. You
Mm-hmm.
you understand? So when you're growing, growth sucks cash. And
Right.
you're either investing in your business and buying new equipment, or you're
Mm-hmm.
investing in marketing in
Right.
certain areas, and you're staying consistent. But
Yeah.
understand that growth sucks cash. So I do understand that some people, you may have your way, and if you don't lose nobody, that's great. That's great that you don't lose no one during the
Mm-hmm.
process of you raising prices. That's the goal, right? You don't want to
Right.
lose nobody. But what I was trying to say was, I used the number 50 just to give an example, right? If you got 50 customers and you go to raise prices, and 50 is your capacity, right? 50 is
Right.
the max that you want to be at. Even if you say 20 customers is my max, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I say, once I get to 20, I gotta raise prices because I'm at my max. And when you're at max capacity, you raise prices
Mm-hmm.
so that way you can make more money. For those
Right.
that stay, you might lose one or two. Understand that
Right.
you might lose
Right.
somebody, but that, again, that's okay. That's a part of the process. So that's what I
Correct.
was trying to say. So just wanted it to make that clear. But shout out to everyone who made who jotted down how they were feeling, what they do. I love to hear what you guys and girls have to say. So again, we're gonna keep moving on. And I just want to say that January is not a slow season. it's called a setup season for a reason. So
Setup
keep that
season.
in mind.
Setup
It's
season.
a setup season, and we're gonna be moving on to the next thing with price rates increase and dropping bad
Dropping bad
accounts.
accounts.
All
Yes,
right.
yes,
Price
yes.
increase and dropping bad accounts. All right. Price increase and dropping bad accounts. Let's talk about this, right?
Yeah,
Again, let's talk about this. G. January equals best time for price increase.
correct.
True or
Correct.
false?
I say
Correct.
it's true.
I
I
say it's
kind of
true.
hit on
Now's
that.
the time.
I heard, yeah, I hit on that a little bit too. Crazy. I was a little against ahead of the game, but it's a new year, right? Everything in any business, prices will slightly go up. And the thing about it, I hate to say it, y'all, it's just what it is. The times that we're living in our country and in the world, everything is equated around inflation. Facts. I mean, seriously, tools have went up, equipment has gone up. Unfortunately, here in my area, the gas kind of been stagnant, which is shocking. But everything
Same.
else has went up. Foods, everything has went up. So the same thing, same token, that price does go down to the consumer. And then as a business owner, you eat a lot of that cost too. So you got to go up just a tad
Right.
bit. And that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm doing. And like you said too, um, um, if you already have your mass capacity, you have to go up, especially to your new clients. They don't know. This is your base price, which you have went up. And okay, if you can equate with that, we're good. If not, I'm sorry, I'm not for you. But most likely, I'm gonna tell you this, just to keep y'all encouraged. They know they need their service done. They're gonna fork it up. They're
Right.
gonna fork it up
Right.
because once
And
again,
G, I don't mean to
yeah,
cut you off. I'm
no, you good.
sorry. I just want to say something real quick. So
Mhm.
we're just giving a number, right? Whether
Yeah,
if
yeah,
10
number.
is your max, 20 is your
Right,
max, 30 is your
right,
max,
right.
right? Number. So if 20 is your max, the reason why
Hmm.
once you hit your max, if you want to stay in profit mode, then you just
Right,
continue on working and don't worry about it. But if 20 is all you can do, well,
hmm,
once you hit capacity, you're gonna know you can't take no more because
right,
then you're gonna need to hire. So it's gonna
right,
force you to actually hire somebody, which that
right.
means what? Growth
Yep.
sucks
Growth.
cash, whether you're
Right,
buying
right,
trucks, whether you're hiring
right.
new employees, whether you're
Mm-hmm.
doing something or whatever. And if you're growing, you should be hiring. You know, again, and I want to say that strategically because everybody is in a different boat. Everybody has a different goal. Everybody. So, I'm just saying it to those who want to grow, learn, and understand these things. When is the right time to actually grow and to raise prices, but we're not saying that it's just the best time around the year.
Right, right,
January is a great
right.
time to say that because it's like a lot of people are in dormant. So now that no one's in season, at least you could implement the new prices on your new material that you got coming out in the
Right.
spring.
There you go.
That's
There
all.
you
So
go.
I don't
It,
want to.
and I'm gonna say this too. Like we say with the bad accounts. Now, thank goodness I've have people who I've been dealing with for. I've been doing this now for going on 4 years. Now, majority of my clients have been with me since pretty much day one, and so they understand that. Okay, oh, gee, your price went up. Absolutely, they know that. They'll question that it went up, right? I'm like, yeah, it went up. And so I tell them they already know what time we in because they know that my services are pretty much top tier to their standard. And so
Mhm.
I just tell them, yes, it has. I say, if you could you let your neighbor know? Like I tell them then, I say, now if you have some clients that have neighbors that don't have a line care provider, tell them to offer your service or tell them to contact you first and foremost. Most likely
Mhm.
they see that the work that you've been done been great and the homeowner is a good, have a good relationship with that already client that you have. Most likely they're gonna be aboard as a new client for you. So that's one less thing you got to worry about canvassing. So anyway, but yes, January is a great time to implement that, y'all. Definitely. And how to comfortably raise prices, like I said, you already know your value. You already know what you offer. Just give it to them straight. Look them in the eye as a true business owner you are, and just say, "Look, this is my services. This is what I offer. What kind of issues you're having, I can address those issues. At the end of the day,
Mhm.
we are here to solve the customer's problems, right? And so once you come to them thorough, straightforward, with confidence, I'm sure." I'm sure you're gonna go ahead and attract that new client, most likely. 9 times out of 10.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because we all know that bad clients will ruin your spring, right? Bad clients
Yeah,
will
yeah.
ruin your spring. If a client barely makes sense last year, they make 0 cents this year. Think about it. If a
Mm-hmm.
client didn't
Mm-hmm.
make sense last year, what makes you think that is going to work this year? So if you're
Right.
contemplating on starting the season with clients that you weren't too fond of because
Right.
maybe they weren't
Right.
paying you on time, or they just didn't
Mm-hmm.
want to put a card on file. Well, me and G are not telling you what to do. Okay.
Yeah.
Again, we're just giving you our advice that we implement in our business
Right.
that works
Right.
for us. But again, what may work for us may not work for you. We just trying to help out. And I don't want to again. And the reason why I say this is because there's a lot of critics online, right?
Oh,
And
absolutely.
and a
Absolutely.
lot of critics, and I already know. But I just want everyone to know, man, we're here for you, for the lawn care community, and we appreciate everyone who chimes in week after week. We got a brand new show that comes out every Thursday, and I think
Mm-hmm.
this
Mm-hmm.
week we might have a special guest. So stay
Yeah,
tuned.
buddy. Yeah, buddy. Stay
But
tuned. Stay tuned.
I don't want to get off topic.
Mm-hmm.
But why bad clients will ruin your spring season? Why? Well, and it just could start your day off, your
Yeah.
everything. It can
Yeah.
start everything
Yeah.
off on a bad
Yeah.
note.
Right.
And you
Right.
kind of
Right.
know what clients you have based on what they're telling you. So you got to just pay attention to certain things, like
Correct.
last year I
Correct.
remember like one key thing that a client that I've learned that some, not all, but some would
Mm-hmm.
do.
Mm-hmm.
And shout out to all my I got a lot of great customers now. When I first started in this industry, I didn't have the best. I've been beat, and that's why I've implemented some of the things that I have
Right.
in my business. And some people would say, "Oh, I don't do it this way because I make." I've spoken to somebody who has 70, 70 to 80 clients,
Mm.
admires
Mm.
what I do, but the things that he does and has implement in his business, when I heard, I can't do that. I can't do what he
Correct.
do. Like he
Correct.
says, sometimes he ends the season with a lot of his clients owing the balance, but even though his
Mm.
clients winds up paying it the following year, look, when I complete a service, I expect to get paid.
Absolutely.
I'm not like,
Absolutely.
that's just me.
Absolutely.
Whatever everybody else
Absolutely.
do, that's fine. But this
Absolutely.
is why we hear a lot of the complaints. Oh, well, some customers ain't gonna pay for it. That's because you allow it ain't the customer, it's you. You're allowing them to dictate how you run your business.
Correct. 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 That's
If you
correct.
if you if you set up your boundaries in the very beginning by telling somebody respectfully on how your business runs, and if they counter you with, well, the last guy didn't do it, well, you know
I'm
what?
not the
Then
last
you
guy.
could call
Yep.
that I'm not the last guy, and what I bring to
Absolutely.
the table is different. You're gonna give somebody
There
that
you
shows
go.
up on time. You're gonna get somebody in uniform. These are our uniforms,
Hmm.
by the way.
Right.
Shout out to Cujo. Shout out to Cujo Yard, where we wear their pants all season long. We wear their shoes. And anyone who comes out with me or who has ever been out with me, I have a set of uniforms that we have.
There you
It's
go.
just something that I do. Like, gee, when you come up north, hopefully this year,
Yes, sir.
and you come out with me, I have a uniform for you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
that's just the way. Like, I have a T-shirt. I have, like, when people come, we're professional. We set ourselves apart.
Right.
So again,
That's
setting
right.
yourself apart is very important. But yeah, and just making sure that what you're worth. Knowing your worth is so important in this industry because uh it's very easy in the beginning. You get people that just gonna call you and tell you about the last guy, and in
Right.
all
Right.
all due I just nip it. I just say, how can I help you? What can I do to help? I
Exactly.
don't even know if I
Exactly.
can help you, but if you
Exactly.
just want your grass cut, this is what it's gonna be. This is what you gotta do.
Hmm.
And here go, boom, I send everything. By the time my truck pulls out from their thing, they already done got
Right.
a how you say, estimate. Another
Estimate.
thing
Yeah.
too, making sure that you send the estimates right away. Don't wait.
Yes,
Don't
sir.
wait to
Yes,
go to
sir.
10 estimates or 5 estimates. Normally I could get to like 4 estimates. Like when I'm doing estimates, I could get to like four, right? Four or
Yeah.
five. It just depends on how far apart they are, right? But I
Correct.
could get to
Correct.
several of them. But now when I do the estimates, I don't wait to come home. Man, Jobber has made it so easy where, everything is all set up. I
Yeah,
got
on the
everything
go.
all
Yep.
priced out. So if they want mowing, this is what a first mow costs. I got a first mow and then I got my reoccurring. So first mow, and if they just want me to just come and clean their lawn, I have a set price for that. Doesn't matter, if
Mm-hmm.
it's an acre, then we charge an acre prices. An acre should be
Right.
anywhere around my area. An
Yeah.
acre, you're
Yeah.
looking at like 140 to 165,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
depending
That's
on
correct.
how the hills are and everything. Like
Right.
I've
Right.
heard of people charging $90 for an acre. That's too
No,
little
I ain't
bit.
doing that. I'm
Where are
not
you
doing that.
making money?
No, I'm not
And then
doing
you
that.
got a
No.
crew of three.
No, that's not. You're not making no
How is
money,
that
man.
even possible? So, knowing
Yeah.
your value is very important, G. And if a client
Exactly.
barely made sense, like I said earlier, if a client barely made sense last year, what makes you think they're going to make sense this year?
Zero.
You know what I'm
Zero. It
saying?
don't make sense. Exactly. So,
Yep.
like you said, you don't need more customers. You need better customers. The two is
A-
are not the same. They're not the same. And so, look,
Absolutely.
y'all,
Who's
we
raising
want to know
prices this
definitely.
season? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead,
Yeah.
Gerald.
Yeah, you good. Yeah, yeah, definitely hit it. Yeah, definitely. Who's raising price in the season, as Danny was saying straight up? Who drop a
Yep.
money bag in the chat? Who are going to raise prices this season for sure?
Yeah, absolutely. I would love to hear, I would love to hear your thoughts. If you have any questions, definitely reach out to us. If me and G can answer them, we definitely will. AG, if you have any shout outs or if you want to think of any shout outs, I want to start off by saying I want to give a big shout out to our local dealer around here.
Yeah,
One of them
yeah.
being Park City, out of Bridgeport, Connecticut. Shout out to Park City and everyone down there. And
Mm-hmm.
also shout out to M&H out of Bridgeport. If you are in the Bridgeport area and you're looking for a trailer, mower, a salter, or anything around the lawn care that you need in lawn care, definitely check out those local dealers. Dealer support is very important, as I always say. I think I say it week after week. So shout out to everyone at M&H, for being a great dealer. And I also want to give a big shout out to Echo, and I want to give a
Yes.
big shout out to Rights. As always, they are the brands that I trust, and I can't leave out oh my goodness, Crest. So shout out
Press.
to
Yeah.
Crest as well. The all those brands that I just mentioned are the brands that I use to cut that grass and make that cash. And so I'm not anti-gas, and I'm not just all one dimension. But this year we will just be going out. I'm excited because we got some deliveries, and I'm gonna be doing some
Nice.
unboxing reveals real soon.
Nice.
But
Nice.
we got some deliveries, from some attachments that I'm gonna be able to put the rest of my battery equipment up on the
Mm-hmm.
trailer. So we'll get into
Nice.
that
Nice.
as we go in. Getting ready for the spring for and phone explosion. We all are getting ready for the spring and for that phone to start ring and ring some more, right?
Yep. Yep.
I
Yep.
want to talk a
Yep.
little bit about missed calls equals lost money, voicemail
Mm-hmm.
scripts, AI receptionists, following up with estimates, CRM systems like Jobber, Lawn Buddy. What other CRM is out there? Oh my gosh, there's so many. Lawn
Yard
Buddy.
book. Yeah.
uh,
Yard book. Yard book.
Yup,
Yeah.
Yard book is a free one. That's a great one. I started with Yard
Yes.
book. These are all CRMs that can separate you from the rest, that can make you look more professional than you just going out and using paper and a pen, right? So you
Right.
want to
Right.
separate yourself and look more professional out there and use a CRM. We're now in a day and age where technology is just it's
Yeah,
through the
man.
roof, right? G. I mean, we
It,
went
it,
down to Equip this year and we seen everything is about technology, technology, technology.
yeah.
So,
Yeah. It's
let's talk a
it's
little bit about that. G, are you
yeah.
using anything in your business that you're implementing
Yes,
from
I am also using Jobber. I use Jobber as a CRM as well, which is like you said is a seamless CRM, which is integrated with AI. As we know, you have a AI assistant, man. I called your business number, and it's so professional, man.
I
So
appreciate it.
definitely you want your business to move seamless with that software. Like you said, you can have add cards on file. You can make sure that you already have all your quotes intact. You know the days that you're going to go out for estimates. It has a integrated calendar. Also, it has the Google Map integration, so you will have all your routes optimized. So it's like your your Siri for lawn care. You know what I'm saying? And so,
Right.
if you don't have a CRM, some type of system in place, man, you're stuck in the Stone Age. I'm serious. You shouldn't be jotting down any type of writing. That's
I'm
notepads.
guilty of that. That's what I was doing still last
Yeah,
year. Like
I was
towards the
too.
ending
I
of the
was too
year,
for a
I
few
was
years.
I was doing, and there's nothing wrong with that, G. But
Yeah, yeah. It's
like I'm gonna be honest with you, like that was one of the
yeah.
main things that used to bug me the most is missing a call. Like when I was with a client,
Right.
I used to
Yeah,
miss calls all the time, and I can
yeah.
like I tell people when somebody call, you want to make sure that you secure the money right away.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a type of
Yeah,
person that the minute someone called, my wife knows, or if I'm around, if
yeah.
I'm busy, I like go into the house. Like if somebody call and I say I'm done for the day, I'm so hyper focused on getting that customer. I like converting. I
Yeah,
like from when I
yeah,
open up the
yeah,
app because Jobber tells
yeah,
you, you had 2 estimates today, you converted 2.
yeah,
You know, that's what I
yeah,
like seeing, conversion,
yeah.
converting them
Conversion.
from an estimate over to a customer and getting them on a weekly schedule. That's all I care
Mm-hmm.
about. And so I
Mm-hmm.
like my conversion rate to be up real high. You know,
Right.
that being said, man, you know, just to give you a quick little tip, man. Last year I was still doing that and I was going to customers and I was noticing that I was losing money. I
Mm-hmm.
lost probably that I could remember. I remember calling back several customers, more than three. And
Yeah,
I can assure you
yeah.
that I lost more. I just don't want to throw a number and it might be
Right,
vague,
right,
right?
right,
But I know I
right,
lost
right,
more than 3 that I could remember.
right,
I
right.
called them back. They were like, "Sorry, I already called the other somebody else."
Don't you hate
And
that?
and and oh man, it just bothered me. And so I said, "How
Yeah.
can I solve this issue? I don't have a
Mm-hmm.
reception. I can't afford a reception." And then at one point I was like, "Can I get somebody to answer my calls?" Yeah, I can, but then that's going to require somebody to sit somewhere and answering my phone. So immediately when that AI reception came out, I tried it, and here's the pros and here's the cons to AI, right? To the AI
Yeah.
reception as of right now. I like it when I know I'm not going to pay attention to the phone.
Mm-hmm.
When
Mm-hmm.
I know I'm not going to answer the phone, pay attention to it,
Yeah.
I'll turn it on
Yeah.
because what I like about it is that it can take the call, it can answer any questions based on what it learned from your business, from your website. You can also implement your website to
Right.
the thing, and it'll take information from your website, and it's like AI learning everything that your business
Mm-hmm.
offers. Whatever you implement and integrate and the system is exactly what it's going to take and it's going to regurgitate out to the customer. So when the customer is asking, "Hey, do you guys provide aeration?" And if it sees your website
Right.
with aeration, it's going to automatically answer the customer and say, "We do offer aeration. Is that a service you're
Mm-hmm.
interested in?" You've seen, G,
Right.
when you call my business, I'm pretty sure you asked a couple questions and it talked to
Right.
you exactly how I'm talking to you. And so
Right.
what I do love about it is that you won't miss the calls for people who are serious. Now,
Mm-hmm.
the people who are not serious and are vague about getting the service, you'll get a
Right.
lot of people that'll call and hang up. Now, a lot of people that call and hang up, that means they kind of were thinking about getting the service, but they may not want the
Mm-hmm.
service. But
Right. Right.
somebody who
Right.
takes the time to implement everything in there,
Yeah,
and
they want it.
everything that AI is telling them, all the information, phone number, email, even when somebody writes on the card to say, "Hey, I need an estimate," and they don't put everything in there, a lot of times those customers really don't work out. It be the
Mm-hmm.
customers that implement all their information. And then
Right.
they be like, "Hey, I forgot to implement what something else, but here's what I need to add on." Like they're telling you when you call them and communicate. I'm a person of communication. I love communicating with customers.
Exactly.
But just
Exactly.
just making
Exactly.
sure that you have something in place to not only separate yourself but to seal the deal, because this is about making money. If you're not moving the needle like we talked last week and the week before, it's about moving the
Yeah.
needle and it's about growth. You know, if you're not growing in this industry, you either growing or you going backwards, or you
Correct.
just
Stagnant. Yeah.
plateau.
Mm-hmm.
And you
Mm-hmm.
want to get off that plateau level. You know, you want to get off that plateau level. So it's so important for you to get out the comfort zone and to step outside your comfort zone and do things that makes you feel uncomfortable, because doing things that make you feel uncomfortable is normally the
Mm-hmm.
right thing.
Absolutely. That's growth.
Because if
Yeah.
you're
You
too
you cut it
comfortable,
out. Yeah.
Go ahead, G. I'm sorry.
Yeah, exactly, man. And so, like you said, when you implement those systems, you're going to be a lot more professional. You're going to be a lot less stressed, because you didn't miss anybody. And it just makes it flow a lot better, which allows you to get in the potential state, which I'm going to ask some questions too. Who are using any CRMs in the chat? Who are
Absolutely.
thinking
Drop your
about,
comments down below.
yeah, drop a comment always in there to let us know what kind of systems you are using, as well. Um, Also, when you get booked and you're starting to churn and burn, this is the next one that we talked about too, about labor planning and hiring. Okay. Now, don't wait till you get overlogged to hire somebody. Like we talking about preparation, right? We're talking about being proactive and not reactive, right? And so
Mm-hmm.
you all know what loads you can take. Now, if you're in the growth mode, like you're saying, you're gonna have to hire some help. You're gonna have to get you some assistance or some part-time help if you're doing that. And salute to you. That means that you're growing. But of course, that's gonna require some planning and some implementation and some training. They go to training
Mm-hmm.
systems. Do you have any SOPs, any SOGs that you have with your business? I'm getting heavy with this stuff now. These are things to consider, and you can utilize that with AI and ChatGPT and all that type of stuff to get in place for those who gonna be coming aboard into your business. Because remember, anybody who wears your uniform, Danny, and I'm sure myself with GDR Man Flow Knows Line of Maintenance Care LLC, they are representing us, and so we
Mm-hmm.
want them to step out, not just looking the part, but actually implementing the ways that we work, because that is our baby. This business is our baby, and we want
Right.
people to be in tune on the right mindset, the right, just everything is about making sure that we're providing great customer service, great quality work, and we're making our businesses look good and shine, right? And so
Mm-hmm.
you want to implement that now if you're going to be hiring more people. I know you mentioned to me you're taking on some bigger clients, man. You say, hey, I'm gonna have to hire somebody, and that's
Yeah,
awesome.
this year definitely.
Yeah,
Like last year, we
yeah,
had somebody hired,
yeah,
like for a little while, like in the summertime,
yes,
like ending
yes,
towards the spring
yeah. Same here.
into the summer, and then I had them, they left on me, and then I just didn't rehire again. One of the things I am going to say from experience when I started hiring, I just wish I had more steadier work
Hmm.
for me to be able to keep that person more stable. And so this year is going to be that where I'll be more stable to be able to give someone the opportunity
Hmm.
to give them employment so that way we can both go out there, cut that grass and make that cash.
That's
And
right.
and so yeah, that's what it's all about, man. It's about making sure that spring doesn't and understanding that spring doesn't wait for you to call back. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
yeah,
It doesn't wait.
yeah.
And you got to ask yourself, like, what am I doing, with training system? Do I have any training systems? Do I have a hiring before desperation?
Right.
Don't wait to hire. One of the things I did learn from other entrepreneurs that are in a higher level than me, that have
Mm.
employees already, that may have 8 to 9 employees, or may have I've talked to people that have 15 employees, and one of the things that I've heard them repeat was they never stop hiring. You can never have enough people.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I don't know if that pertains across the board. Let me know down below in the chat. What do you guys do? Do you hire and keep that person? Do you hire as needed? Again, everybody's in a different state in their business, and we do understand that. Again, we just try to share our experience on what we're doing to try to help out other people out there, other entrepreneurs, and to just stay positive and just to stay on the grind, man. Because we're in it for the long haul and not for the
Correct,
short haul.
correct,
So
correct.
understanding that, other things that we could be doing to make sure that we're prepared in preparation, not only with just adding systems in place and why April hiring is, if you fail normally when you're hiring in April, and not so much hiring in that particular month, but just waiting until,
Yeah. Yeah.
because in April
Right.
we're already out there.
Right. Right.
We are already out there doing depending on the snow and how much of the snow melted. If it doesn't snow in February, March, April, we're out there ready.
Yeah.
April 1st.
Yeah.
I remember last year my first cleanup was like April 1st, first week of April.
Yeah.
So we were out there kind of like a month earlier,
Mm-hmm.
you
Exactly.
know, compared to previous years where it was a bit colder, snow might have lingered a little bit longer. So it just really depends on the weather, location, do understand that, but just knowing, you know, to be ready instead of waiting until the spring rush
Right.
to get ready,
Right.
okay? So
Right.
make sure you're getting ready in January. January is the time to move and a time to put some action into what we believe that is supposed to happen in April.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
so make sure we're moving now and
Yes,
not
sir.
waiting until April to
Yes, sir.
move. Don't wait until your phone ring to say, "Oh, let me get my flyers ready," or "Let me start going
Uh,
door to door." No, plan now. January, February are the most important
Absolutely.
times to make
Absolutely.
sure you're planning and ready to get going. You know, another thing I want to say, G, marketing. Let's talk a little bit about marketing, right?
Right. Right. We're gonna get to. Yeah.
Marketing
Yeah.
book, right? Marketing now equals
Book
booking
later.
later.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So why not market now and book them later? Start marketing little by little so
Mm-hmm.
people can continue to see. Remember what we talked about, right? When they see consistency, they say, I've seen that company before. Maybe I'll give them a shot. And then they don't call you, but then they see you sign 3 weeks again later.
Right. Right.
It's about staying consistent with marketing, right?
That's it.
I think one of the main problems that people do is they'll market and then they just stop and
And
then
they'll
they
stop.
disappear for a
They'll stop.
while.
Nah.
You
Nah.
know, I
Nah.
get it. Sometimes
Nah.
money calls, you know, where
Nah.
you can, but then split your marketing up where you might, instead of using all your marketing cash flow, like if you have $1,000, maybe split it up into two so they could see your marketing in the spring twice instead of
Right.
just once.
Right.
And then
Right.
narrow it down to the area that you really want to be in, you
That's it.
know?
That's it. And like you said,
Um,
man, it's never good. It's never a bad time to market for sure. That should be continual. And so, in ways of doing this, of course, put your business on Google. I know I'm on Google. Danny's all that
amen.
grass is on Google. Have your clients that you already have. Remember them. They should always drop reviews, right? And so when you have those reviews, your business goes up into the searches.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? It go in your area. I've had I've had so many different uh potential clients who have reached out to me, and I, like you said about the calls, I've reached out back to them, and some of them were a fit, some of them wasn't. But they found my business via Google. I don't really do the yard signs as I mentioned previously, but I'm going to do more of the door tags this specific season in the area
Mhm.
that I already kind of did hit hard, but I'm going to hit hard, like I said earlier in this live. Um, we always post on social media consistency, and I get a lot of those through messages through Instagram, even TikTok. So definitely have your business and what you do on social media as well. If that's an avenue for you, some people say I don't do social media. I would say if you don't do anything, do Google, not Google, yeah, Google and Facebook if you could in your
Mhm.
area. Join some
And
Facebook groups.
In January, content wins.
Yes, it
I'm
does.
telling you, like a lot of people might stop posting in January because it's like, oh, it's cold. I'm
Right,
not really out
right.
there. Man, continue, even if it's just one video a week, just
Yeah,
stay consistent with one video a
there you
week. It
go.
don't gotta be every day, but just stay consistent. So when you start ramping up and picking up, you didn't just disappear off the
There
map.
you
But
go.
you don't realize how a blessing social media could be. I've had several customers that actually found my business through social media. So you know, social media does play a huge part, and I'm
Yeah,
going to utilize social media a lot more this year. I
yeah,
didn't last year.
yeah.
I was posting mainly for content, for
Mm-hmm.
just the lawn care
Right,
landscapers to see,
right.
but not mainly for directed to the customer.
There
But
you
this year,
go. There
I'm
you
gonna
go.
practice
There
more
you
of
go.
directing it
And
more towards the customer in my
also
business.
too, on our social media, they have if you edit your profile, you can put book now, appointments, all that stuff too.
Yeah,
Those
yeah,
different tools for y'all, just put that out there, So like you
yeah.
said, man, you want to make sure that your business is visible and you're doing it consistently. That's what we're driving home. consistency, so they can see that, oh man, these guys, they really about what they're talking about. You want to be as
Right.
much visible as possible. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right. And another marketing tactic I want to share with you guys
Yeah.
and girls out there, G, something that I told you, we talk, me and G, for those of you that don't know, and if you do know now, and if you didn't know now, you know, right? You know what you know until you know.
Right.
But me and G, we talk a
That's
lot,
right.
and all the time when me and G talk, we're constantly talking about how can we do better in our business. And
Mm-hmm.
that's why I love talking to Gerald, is because, and that's what drew me into him, is the
Right.
passion that he has for lawn care and the passion that I have for lawn care. Like, I enjoy helping other people, and
Right.
just maybe showing them a way that worked for me, maybe it could work for you. And I just hope and pray that, a lot of these little tactics and some of the things that I've learned throughout the years that I've been in lawn care, that it can help you. Because it's about inspiring and motivating and helping others. That's what it's always
Absolutely.
about. Like Gerald
Exactly.
always say, unity
Unity
in
in
the
the community.
community, right? I love it. I love it. But I just want to share something with everyone. Something that I told Gerald yesterday was that I'm going to do this year is I'm gonna have like a table, and it doesn't have to be much, man. Get a table, get some flyers,
Mm-hmm.
and either go to home in front of Home Depots. You could literally stand in front of a store, a
Yeah.
big box store in
Yeah.
April,
Yeah.
right next
Yeah.
to the flower shop. And this is something that I'm gonna do out in front of Home Depots, passing out my flyers of All That Grass. Hey, my name is Danny from All That Grass Lawn Care. Let me know if you need any yard work done. That's just another form of way of
Right.
marketing. You could do it at
Right.
Stop and Shop. You could do it at Home Depots. You could do it at Walmart. You could just set up a little area with
Mm-hmm.
your flyers, maybe some magnets, right? Maybe have All That Grass Lawn Care magnets with the calendar on it
Yeah.
of the whole year, right?
Right.
It literally costs you nothing. You could probably get 100 of those or 200 for like $70,
That's nothing. That's
you
nothing.
know? And then you get some flyers, and there goes your spring flyers, and then you just passing it out with some free magnets to somebody. So now you giving them a refrigerator magnet with your
Mm-hmm.
business
Mm-hmm.
logo and your information with a QR code where now they can scan. Be like, let me see
There
what he
you
about.
go, man.
It's about showing the presence around your community
Dropping it,
and showing your brand to those, to the people. That's what it's about. It's about showing, being
man.
visible.
That's right. Like you said, man. People, like we saying, do not wake up in April and magically find people. They don't magically find you in April. That's why we keep talking about preparation. Right now, January, February, you want to preparate so in the springtime you can dominate.
Hmm.
Visibility, as Danny just mentioned, now equals money later, because all this
Hmm.
prepping that we're doing with marketing, with prepping, of course, the tools and all that, but we focus on marketing now. When you are visible now, like you're saying, being out in your respected areas, people see you. They're not gonna have to, oh, I need to find a lineman. Oh, I remember that guy with that red on all that grass. You want to make sure you paint the picture and let it sticks out. That's why, think about in any other marketing, right? When you look at the check, you notice Nike, right? And so what I'm
Hmm.
saying is, when people see your brand consistently, it's already in their mind like, okay, I'm gonna call that person, because they see it so
Right.
much, right? And so
Right.
that's what we're trying to do, is paint this picture for y'all right now, while it's
Hmm.
slower, that you can that get this all in line. And so when it's time to go, boom, you just getting your calls, it's just flowing. It's just flowing. You know what I'm
Absolutely,
saying?
G, because we all know that mental prep
Yeah.
for the grind ahead is so important. Avoiding burnout, time blocking,
Woo.
family balance, staying grateful during the growth, all these things, I'm going to say it again:
Yeah.
avoiding burnout,
Yeah.
time blocking, family balance, staying grateful during the growth.
Yes.
G, you got the next one, right?
Yeah. Yeah, man. And so, success, of course, is gonna feel better when your house is in order. Hands down.
Absolutely. And the grind, listen, the grind is heavy, but it's heavier when you're unprepared.
Yeah.
All right? When you're
Yeah.
unprepared, it feels heavier. So like G says, success feels better when your house is in order.
Yes, sir. Man, this is good. This is good, man. I'm telling you, man. This, I'm hoping that this is helping you all out, y'all. Because our job, as we can't reiterate this enough, is to make sure that you're winning and make sure that you're confident and that you are always having you're not stagnant. You're trying to constantly implement. You're constantly associating yourselves with like-minded people in your industry. As we talk about collaboration, my goal, of course, is in spring to help Danny with some stuff as well, and I want him to come down south. And so we're just showing y'all that we're not just talking this stuff. We live this stuff, and we want you all to continue to thrive, continue to elevate yourselves in your business, and continue to just get tools, which is free. All this information is free. It
Hmm.
is. And so
Hmm.
in order for us to grow, what we got to learn, we got to implement. And, and
Hmm.
and once we implement, that's when you're going to go start seeing results.
That's it.
Exactly.
That's
And so,
it.
like you
And
said,
that's
man,
it. And that's what it's all about. You got it.
exactly. It's all about that. And so,
Hmm.
if you don't do anything else from tonight's live, y'all, spring does not reward hustle. It rewards preparation first and foremost. It's where
Absolutely.
winners
It
are built.
sure don't.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
January is where winners are built. Is we want y'all to win. And so not on the more, not in April. All right. It's right now. It's right now.
Absolutely.
It is right now.
Absolutely.
Yeah, bro.
Absolutely, man. I'm gonna let, man, you done end it. You done end the segment, man. You done end it all. But before I end it, and wrap everything up, man, was there anything that anybody wanted it to just say some final words? Ask any questions down below in the comments. Again, I want to thank everyone for tuning in tonight to Coast Lawn Hustle Live. 2 states, one grind. I had somebody tell me the other day, man, that name just flows, man.
Yeah,
Like
it
two
flows
states,
off
one
your
grind.
tongue. Flow off your tongue. Yes,
So
sir.
I really appreciate everyone who, like I said, who comes, asks the questions, and don't feel like a question is a stupid question. Any
Mhm.
question is a great question. Again, this is for people who want to learn, be inspired, and be motivated. And me and G hope that we're doing just that. And even if we, you know,
Yeah.
just have one out of 10,
Yeah,
we feel like we've done our job. You
for
understand?
sure.
Because that's what it's all about. It's about helping people out. So again, if you have any, G, is there any shout outs or any
Yeah, yeah,
news
yeah.
around that you
Before
wanted to
before I
talk
go,
about
man,
before we close
always want to
everything
shout
up?
out FLCR, which is Fresno's Lawn Care Equipment Repair Shop, south of Houston area. For those in that region, I go there frequently, and they have been so good to me when I'm on the south side of the Houston area, and also on the north side, we have Jesse's Repair Shop and Resale Shop, where he has tools that if you have old equipment, they rebuild them and sell them for other new lawn care providers. And so he's doing that for the community. So shout out to Jesse as well. Also, we will always want to shout out to each and every one of y'all for chiming in week after week. So thank
Hmm.
you so much for listening to us, man. We really appreciate that. We don't take that lightly. And before I go to Danny, we have a special guest coming. Okay.
Yes, that's what we do.
Okay, we got a special guest now. We got a special guest, man. So stay tuned. We're gonna be dropping some reels with this special guest. He's a great brother that we know, and he has some knowledge in the game, man. So stay tuned to that. Okay.
Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait. I sure can't wait. I'm super excited for
I am
everything.
too.
And again, I don't want to hold it, long. I really appreciate everyone tonight. We're gonna wrap it up. Again, I gave my shout outs. I don't have any news around the world, but just pray for
Okay.
peace,
Yeah.
pray for love,
Yes.
and just pray for success. Pray for peace, love, success, and just ask God to deliver us. From anything that evil that tries to come our way,
My
man. I wish you guys and girls out there nothing but the best success. And as I always say, we may not be where we want to be, but we are where we need to be, and we need to appreciate those little things. Because I promise you, those little things will soon become big. Again, this your boy Dini. This is you're now tuned in to Coast Lawn Hustle Live, 2 states, one grind. Two long hair brothers having a real conversation, sharing real experiences, and pushing the community to move forward. All right, to move
yeah.
forward. If you got value tonight, hit that like button, share this with other hustlers, and make sure you subscribe.
Mhm.
New episodes drop every Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And if you missed last week's episode, the episode is out right now. If you missed it last week, it's out. The full episode, it is out right now on YouTube at All That Grass Lawn Care. And from both of us, man, stay
Stay
locked
locked
in,
in, stay
stay
hungry,
hungry,
and keep hustling.
keep hustling. That's it. Stay locked in, stay hungry, and keep hustling. And remember, I just want you to remember this title. All right. Remember this title. Like we said earlier, right, G? January preparation
Direction equals
equals
spring domination.
domination. All right. This your boy, Danny,
It's your boy GDR, man.
and we'll catch you next week on Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time.
Peace.
Peace.